Wow, that was a great opener. Well, let's start by saying I've watched the show now, so everything beyond this point is a spoiler. If you don't want to be spoiled, if you haven't watched the show, turn this off now. Or now. If you're the kind of person that cries every time someone tells you the ending of a show, don't keep watching until you've seen the show. Heck, I'm not even sure why you watch my take on the show if you don't want to get my take on the show. So back out. If you're still here, I think I made enough noise about spoilers. Here we go. I'm making this on Friday, right after I watch the show. You know it's Friday because I'm wearing red. Folks, everybody should be wearing red on Friday. Friday is remember everybody deployed. Red. My son's deployed right now, and we worry about him. Until all of our sons and daughters are home from deployment, I'm going to be wearing red, and I think y'all should be too. So I thought I'd start with the prediction tracker, and I'm going to post this below. There are 10 predictions, and after watching my prediction show, I decided to write them down, and guess what? There's more than 10. I have sub-predictions, so we end up close to 30. Go ahead and make fun of me. I can't count to 10, apparently. Overachiever, boys. All right, so let's go down the list here. Number 1, the Psychologist is mandatory. That was right. That was in the first episode. Bucky going there is mandatory. Okay, so we'll go ahead and count that as being done. I think we have a buddy cop show. We already have a buddy cop show with Falcon and his buddy there, but I think we're going to end up being a buddy cop show. And I think the Sam number 1B, I think Sam will give the shield to the government, and probably on the first episode. And guess what? First episode, Sam, like a ding dong, gave the shield to the government. I said he'd probably regret that. I think he probably regrets that. What do y'all think? I think number 2, the series will set up the Thunderbolts. I think we'll see a lot of Zemo. That's A. Zemo will try to control Bucky like he did in Captain America. B. Wakanda's will fix the issue with the mind control. C. End credit scene will be of General Ross becoming Red Hawk. None of that stuff's happened yet. No aliens, androids, or wizards. So far, no aliens, androids, or wizards. But that doesn't count. We're not till the show's over. Power on the show come from super soldier serum. I think that's right. We did see somebody have some power, but we don't know where it came from. And we're going to see some negative effects of that super soldier serum. We haven't yet, so we'll keep that on the list. Abomination will make appearance. That's number 4. Haven't seen that. 5. John Walker will take the will take the title of Captain America. That just happened. So boom. So far we have some pretty good things here going on, and that John Walker will be a more brutal Captain America. We haven't seen that yet. Zemo will control John Walker. Well, I don't know. Did we see that? We saw he had a gun. I don't know. Zemo will control John Walker. We haven't seen that. Ross will be able to control Zemo. We haven't seen that. Zemo will have his purple mask. We haven't seen that. Sharon Carter will be all over the show. We haven't seen that. Her and Bucky will become a thing. We haven't seen that. Mandatory will be in the show. No mutants. No Wolverine. Maybe Viper and Hydra. Maybe Nuke as one of the super soldiers. Probably not from Jessica Jones. Maybe Hand. More likely Akusa. I think we're going to hear the story of Isaiah Bradley. Elijah Bradley will make appearance, and Sam will get the shield back. All right. So those were our trackers. We've gotten 3 out of 10. I don't know. 30. Wow, man, what a first episode. I got 3 of them right already. But there's only 6 episodes, so not a lot of time left. Maybe I'll only get 3 of them. I don't know. All right, let's go over the show. First, I like WandaVision. The real reason I thought I'd put this up to begin with was I watched everybody just miss the mark on WandaVision. This show will be a lot different than WandaVision. It's basically a regular Marvel movie. WandaVision was a misdirect show. This is a regular shoot 'em up show, and wow, did we get that? That first few minutes of Falcon kicking butt. Whew. I wonder where that C-130 that it was on autopilot. I wonder where that ended up going. Did it just keep on flying? Does anybody care about the C-130s? They're pretty expensive, guys. And we blew up a whole bunch of helicopters in this episode. And after all of that blowing up and killing and all that stuff, we saved 1 American airman. when we hit a whole bunch of bad guys. Just took them out before they hit the border. So if Falcon is being deployed by the U.S. government, remember everyone deployed, but if he's being deployed, how come he's not getting paid? Boy, that's horrible. I imagine we're going to explore this. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get paid a whole bunch when I was in the Air Force, but I got hazard duty pay, and I didn't have to jump into any helicopters. Jumped out a few, never jumped into one. So I think we're going to find out that Falcon will start getting paid for those activities. I think that's how he'll end up keeping the boat afloat. Ooh. Did Baltruck the Jumper die in the helicopter explosion? Well, we see him hop out in a glider suit. So since comic book rules apply, no body, man, he's still alive. One thing that few people catch are the numbers on screens. I think we're starting to get programmed to look at those numbers on the screen. This time I saw the numbers 325, C-130, and a 605. C-130 is the plane that Falcon hops out of and I guess hops back into. And so I don't think C-130 is necessarily a comic book reference. I'm going to look it up. It might be on the fringes there. I think it's kind of cool. So when we train, so Sam's supposed to be a pararescue PJ. When we trained, he trained along. PJ's trained alongside the combat controllers, which is what I was, and we trained on C-130s to begin with. So this is probably normal territory, common territory for Sam there. Boy, did you know that Red Wing was such a butt kicker? So maybe it's Captain America, 325 and 605 and 130. I didn't look up 325. I'd have to look that one up. But I grabbed 605, and it's got a whole bunch of Baltruck the Leaper in it. So I'll do a video on those comics later and any other numbers that I saw. One of the things I thought was interesting was Joaquin Torres. He's important. So when I think of new comics, this is Joaquin Torres is one of the new comics I think of. He is the replacement or the second Falcon when Falcon became Captain America. So it could be that this guy ends up being Falcon at the end of the series. I didn't see that coming at all. I didn't expect them to have Joaquin Torres in this. In the comics, he was like mutated. I guess you call it mutate instead of mutant, and became an actual like hybrid between a bird and a human. I doubt that'll happen, but he may actually take the Falcon uniform and become the Falcon going forward. I noticed one thing was War Machine's walking a whole lot better. And when he asked him, why didn't you take up the mantle, there really wasn't a great answer. Hey, it didn't feel like mine and that kind of thing. I think we're going to explore that as we go forward. Whew, boy, that's a question probably all of us were asking. Why didn't you just take it? Captain, it's not even taking it. Why didn't you accept the mantle? So one of the things, the other thing that I noticed was, so Sam was ironing his uniform, ironing his shirt, just like we iron our blues, our uniform, and he was serious about it, and he treated it with respect, like we do the uniform, like when we're putting on our blues. And yet it wasn't his blues. So I was interested in that. Then when he was there, then giving the speech there, when War Machine walks up, he's in his dress blues and has all of his medals on display there, his ribbons. I'm going to slow down and look at those ribbons just for good luck. But why isn't it, especially if Falcon is running missions for the government, why isn't he in uniform? That's a very odd thing to me. So this man's a military man. He's earned his military respect that he should be wearing that uniform at this event. And unlike me, that is a little heavier, I can't exactly fit into my uniform. All right, Winter Soldier has rules. He's bending those rules, and he didn't hurt anybody. He just knocked somebody out with his metal hand. And he's not a superhero right now. He has PTSD. We saw his dreams, and it's not good. I like that they're exploring this. I left the military and moved me and my family on top of a mountain here. And actually, I'm recording this in my driveway on top of the mountain. And so all I wanted when I left the military was peace, and this is how I found it. Moved my whole family up here. I hope Bucky finds peace. More realistically, I hope everyone leaving the military finds peace. I like that they're kind of pulling on this thread a little bit. The dream was a great misdirect. When he said Hell Hydra, boy, I really thought he was back in the program. We were watching something live here, not a dream. And I thought that the guy Bucky was meeting for lunch might have been an old battle buddy, kind of like Cap hopping into meeting Peggy there. But instead, I thought we could be exploring Japanese internment. That's a horrible thing that happened during World War II. But Bucky's trying to cross off a list of folks he's wronged. I need to slow down that list and look at it, but there's a lot of names there that I thought were bad guys. I think I saw Zemo on there. So is the list people he's wronged or things he has to fix? I think it's things he has to fix. This feels like a 12-step program, like AA. I might call my mom. She's into AA, and maybe she'll be able to explain more about it. When we get into it and we actually see the guy's son's picture in the background, and we discover that Bucky's dream was about this guy and how he wronged his son, how he killed his son who was just a bystander, just kind of horrible. I can't even imagine how this feels. All right, the kids run up and call the Falcon Uncle Sam. Whoo, boy, talk about some government man stuff there. And did you know that Sam was going to be Bubba Gump? I imagine that this takes off somehow, and they get a whole bunch of money from the ship, just like Forrest Gump did in Bubba Gump's ship there. So James Bucky Buchanan, he does talk about his sister on this date. His sister does play into Captain America later on, and I'll probably pull on that thread a little bit in the next video. Again, this video is just kind of a how did I feel about this to begin with. And so I think we're going to hear more about her. I hope he'll hear more about her. She's got a good little story there. Finally, we did see the Flag Smashers there towards the end. We saw that future Falcon infiltrate him, Joaquin, and he was only a distraction. So I imagine a lot of the Flag Smashers, people who think they're Flag Smashers, are just cannon fodder like this, used as a distraction. And then we get to the end and we see the new John Walker Captain America, and he has a gun. And we don't see it a lot, but he has a gun. It's got a long handle, a long grip there. But I imagine it's some kind of ray gun, but wouldn't it be cool if it's a 1911, kind of a throwback to World War II there? He's got a gun. Cap is not supposed to have a gun, so that's interesting. So did you guys like that first episode? I'm going to admit, at the end of the episode, there was like 5 minutes left, and then it flashed and asked if I wanted to skip the credits and go to some other show. I didn't. I thought for sure there was an end credit scene, and so I watched 5 minutes of credit for no reason. All right, I'm gonna watch this a few more times. I've watched it once. This is just my first take on it, and I plan on coming up with another video with references, specifically comic references. We'll flash some scenes on the show here, or on the video here. If you like that, let me know. Do you think we're going to end up with all of my predictions coming true now that there's like 30 of them. Remember, I made them in a vacuum before the show came out, just off of one of the teaser trailers there. So I don't think there's any way all of them can come true. Even if one from each category of the 10 come through, I don't think that'll happen. But come on, it could. 30 of them, jeez. Also, I heard y'all, my sound wasn't good in the last video, and I grabbed a mic. You can't see it, it's over here, but the gray beard is covering it up. Let me know if this works better. More, talk to me. Tell me if I'm right, tell me if I'm wrong, ask questions. I'm doing this because there doesn't seem to be very many comic readers actually talking about this show, especially us old graybeards. And one of my friends asked me questions during Wanda and the WandaVision there, and so I kind of wanted to pop into it. If you guys have any questions, please down below ask them, and I'm gonna go ahead and update our 10 tracker so that it shows how many there really are. Thanks, everybody. Have a great one.